So as with a lot of the modules in the system, you have different options in how you can approach the workflow. Deliveries is one of those as well. So we talked about in the inventory allocation video, how right from the inventory allocation screen, you can create a delivery. I'll just go through that piece again quickly here. So I'm just going to create a new sales order. And let's just pick a customer here. Item 10 of these, and then we'll issue that. Now we can allocate right from here. And I'm just going to pull from the oldest inventory available. And when I click done here, my current setting sets it to automatically create a new delivery. So that's kind of like a system level setting where you have to determine whether your normal workflow is that it's one delivery per order or not. If it's typically one delivery per order, then I would have it set up the way I have it set up now, where as soon as the allocation is complete, it creates a delivery and adds that order into the delivery. So in this case, it added this to delivery number 193, and then I can drill down into that delivery to manage it further. Before I do that, though, I just want to show the other option, which would be a situation where you're combining orders together and adding them into a delivery. So to do that, I'm going to go into logistics screen and say I want to create a brand new delivery. So when I do that, it brings me into a blank, empty delivery, and it's asking me what orders do you want to add or what releases do you want to add to this. So I'll click the plus button, and then down here, down below, it gives me a list of all the open releases that are ready to ship out. They have the status of release to logistics. They're ready to go. Just to clarify the point of what a release is versus an order, there's a distinction there. A release is a part of an order, a piece of the order. So like in this case, the sales order number is 7285. This is the first item on that order and the first shipment from that order. So I'm just going to grab this and I'll say add it to the delivery. If you were just, there's lots of different ways you could search this too. So like if you wanted to search by, say, customer, you say, I just want to grab all the orders for a particular customer, or I wanted to grab all the orders associated with a particular region, because we're going to be scheduling a truck to go to New York City, for example. So you grab all the New York City orders, that kind of thing. But I'm just going to grab this one order. In this case, I'll say add it to the delivery. And I'm sort of building out the delivery here. I'm just going to hide that preview. If you have carton dimensions or product dimensions in there, then you can see that the total weight, total number of pallets, and total volume or CBM of that delivery as well as you're building it. In the general info, you can assign a delivery number. In this case, I have the system assigning a number for me automatically, but that's another option where you can enter your own delivery numbers if you want to, or add a tracking number or something. If you're going to be sending through third-party trucking, you can add a tracking number if you want. We could say that we're creating this delivery now, but this doesn't actually need to ship until next week, right? So we can put an action required date of next week on this, and then it's just sort of a way to get the paperwork together and maybe actually load up the truck, but we're not actually going to ship it out until next week. Put priorities on deliveries too. You can, by default, it's going to bring in that logistics ETD or directly from the first sales order on that order, but we could modify that if we wanted to at this point. You could choose which freight carrier you're using, and we could put description on this as well. I'm going to come back to the date shipped because this is also going to generate the invoice for us as well as soon as we enter a date shipped. But before we do that, I want to talk about some of the other documents that get generated here as well. One of these is a route plan. So this document is designed to be used by companies that have their own warehouse and their own trucks. So if you are arranging to, say, load up a truck or a van with a bunch of different orders, and you're sending that trucker out to make the delivery, this route plan is going to list all the orders and all the stops that the driver needs to make. You can rearrange them here, add comments, and then the idea is the driver this gets printed out, and then the driver brings this with them in the truck, and they can, if they want, they can write in when they arrive, when they leave, the mileage, that kind of thing. So that's designed to help with the route plan. And then there's a bill of lading / warehouse release document. So this gets used for, this can be used for an internal warehouse or a third-party warehouse, but it's a way to signal to the warehouse that you need an order shipped out, and they need to pick the order. So the first piece, this warehouse release document, is going to give you the different products that need to be shipped, gives you the lot numbers. If you are using your own warehouse, then the bin locations are also displayed there. Delivery date, who the trucker is that's actually shipping it, the customer, any special instructions would be there too. So that's a warehouse document. And the other piece is this bill of lading, which is designed for the trucker. So this gets emailed to the trucker with just telling them what they're shipping, the weights, where they're shipping to. The other one is the packing list document. So this gets created. The packing list document gets created and is designed to be sent to the customer, similar to the invoice, but without any pricing on that document. And then you have the ability to upload and attach documents here too. So if you're receiving in, say, a signed bill of lading, or you get like weight tickets or anything like that back from the warehouse, then you can upload and attach those documents so they're all here in one spot. And then the last piece is the date shipped. So as soon as I enter a date shipped here, that's going to ship the goods, so they're no longer now in inventory, and it also creates an invoice associated with that delivery. One other thing I was going to mention here is that if this delivery contains orders from multiple customers, then it will also create multiple packing lists and multiple invoices as well, one for each of the customers on the delivery.